Anyway, before going further, there are actually two perspectives on karma that I need to bring, because the word karma has multiple meanings. From a perspective of Punarjanma, I have introduced, Agami karma, Sanchita, and Prarabdha. But the word karma in every Janma also has a meaning. And the word karma actually means action. In some ways, it means action. So let me bring that perspective also into this context. Yeah, dimension of that into this context, so that both these meanings of karma gel into us. So there are two aspects of karma. The word karma can also mean the activities that we engage in this janma, in every janma, because those activities are going to decide agami karma. Please understand, they are not going to decide prarabdha karma or sanchita. They are all past, but they can decide the future. So that way, this is important. So one definition of karma is the activities that we engage in one janma, which can lead to a certain effect that can be called karma. The activity can also be called karma. The effect that is coming out of it can also be called karma. So these are different facets of the definition of karma. The other one is a carrier of one's account across janmas, which is what we saw just now. The sanchita karma and prarabdha karma and agami karma. All these are the carrier of one's accounts across janmas. So let us look at the left one, just this janma activities, because unless we also clean it up, this account carrying business will not get cleaned up, because future is a function of past. Several present becomes the future actually. So therefore, let us focus on that definition of karma also. So there are 5 types of karma. Let's put it in 2 pillars. One is called niyata karma. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, niyatam kuru karmatvam karmajyayo hi akarma. We'll see that. Niyata karma means things that you have to do. They are not optional. These are actions or activities, whatever you call it, they have to be done. It's obligatory. You are part of a society. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. That is what it is. Ma karma pala heturboho mate sangastu akarmani. The shloka, which 47th shloka in chapter 2, which is the most important shloka for the entire first triplet. There, every one of us have to be part of the society. Even Avaduta, a sannyasi who has given up, also is part of the society. He also has to do a certain karma, because we are all part of the society. It's called niyata karma. In that, there are 2. One is called nitya karma, another is called naimittika karma. So nitya karma, people generally translate it as daily. Nitya doesn't mean daily. Nitya means that which happens in regular cycles, and they are permanent. As long as you live, you have to do it. It doesn't mean you have to do it every day. Some of them you have to do every day. Some of them you have to do once in a month. All those are there. We'll see it later. Then there is something called naimittika karma. These are required, again obligatory on our part, but they don't have a fixed cycle. For example, getting your son or daughter married doesn't come in a cycle. They are called naimittika. Means they are obligatory, but they come on a non-cyclic frequency. Let me use it. So this is one. These are all obligatory. The one on the right side are optional. Optional meaning nobody is asking you to do all that. It's up to you. One is called kamya karma. Doing activities with desire. I want this, I want that. Like that is called kamya karma. Now, moment you get into the zone of desire, whole of Bhagavad Gita, if you read, you'll find very nicely these explanations. Moment you get into a zone of desire, you are getting into actually karma generation for the future births. Because some of them may become nisheda karma. You may unwittingly get into doing things in our desire. But Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, it says, Dhyayate vishayan pumsaha, sangasteshu upajayate, sanga sanjayate kamaha, kamat krodo bijayate, krodad bhavati sammohaha, sammoha, smriti vibramah, smriti bramshat buddhi nashaya, buddhi nashat pranashyati. This is what will happen if you get into kamya karma. Have to be very careful. So nisheda karmas may happen. If you do nisheda karma, then you have to do a prayaschitta. If otherwise that the negative effect will sort of continue with you. So this is another set of things. So the one on the right are optional, one on the left are obligatory. We'll see a little detail, not much. That's why Krishna said niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hi akarmanah sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyet akarmanah. Without a certain karma you cannot even maintain your body. You'll get bedsore actually. You have to do a certain things even to maintain this body until the jiva decides to go out of this. That's what Krishna is saying. So these are all obligatory karma, niyatam. Okay. Okay. So what are these niyatam karma? The first category is called nitya karma. These are duties to ensure self-sustenance. You have to sustain yourself, and you have to sustain this samaja, the ecosystem also. They are comes under nitya karma. All required to maintain oneself. Bhojanam, you have to eat. You can't starve. That's not possible. You have to take bath every day. You have to keep your body clean. You have to keep your mind clean, like this. All religious activities, thanksgiving for gods, they are all nitya karma. All ordained activities to live harmoniously with the ecosystem. There are a lot of yajnas which are, there's a Darshapurna. Darshapurnamasa, the first day of new moon day and Paurnami, like that, Darsha and Purnima. Okay, and then Chaturmasya, Pashubandha, then Nitya Upasana, Nitya Agnihotra, Trikala Sandhya Vandana. So many things are there. Activities for the parents, ancestors, departed souls, right? Pitrikarya, and when parents are living, taking care of them, so many, all these are nitya karma. It does not mean daily, as I told you, but they are perpetual, obligatory but perpetual. Then comes nimitta. Nimitta are obligatory duties for family and the society. Educating the children. There are something called samskaras, 16 samskaras, anteshti, garbha adana arabhya, anteshti paryantam. Lighting the pyre of the body and consigning to the prakriti back, womb to tomb, if I have to use a word like that. Samskaras are there. They are all part of naimittika karma. Educating children, marriage. In modern parlance, if I have to talk about, there are a lot of responsibilities at the workplace which are all naimittika karma. Because you have a responsibility, you have to discharge certain things as per the rules we are supposed to follow. Addressing, a lot of apad dharma, all those are naimittikas. Addressing contingencies and emergencies, you can't just, you have to address those. All these arises from time to time, not fixed cycle like a nitya karma. So this is another dimension or a lens to karma. So all that I want to say is, moment you say karma, one lens to look at it is sanchita karma, agami karma, prarabdha karma. That is this continuity variable from janma to janma to janma going. Another is nitya karma, naimittika karma, kamya karma, nisheda karma, and prayashchita karma. Those are the potentials which can generate karma, which will get filled into agami or sanchita and so on. So those are the two lenses. Now, if you do a nishkamya, all these nitya and naimittika, if you can do nishkamya, without any desire, etat karaniyam, this has to be done. Do it from a sense of duty, not from question of what is in it for me. If you can do like that, the karma will not accumulate. Krishna painstakingly argues this in Bhagavad Gita. The whole Bhagavad Gita's karma yoga is only revolving around this concept. Please do work without, I will bring some slides to show you that. So